Hi guys, welcome to my very first video, you plant lovers you. So today I really want to show you guys my lovely collection of geraniums. I have 6 kinds and here is the newest edition, and basically wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I care for them and give you some tips. First, let me tell you a little bit about geraniums. They're also known as pelargonium. I guess that's the botanical name. And this one right here is the very first one I got. This is probably the most common kind. You should probably know that geraniums come originally from Africa. So that right there gives you a very good idea that they probably like a lot of heat and maybe can sustain some drought. So this one is one I got from Home Depot. You will see that there are 2 plants in there, and this one is very easy to care for. They're also very inexpensive. You can see geraniums pretty much like anywhere. I've been very inspired by some European buildings that are decorated with geraniums, and you can also see very humble village houses in Europe that are just covered in geraniums and just look incredible. So I love the fact that geraniums can give you flowers all the way from probably April, May to maybe October or November, depending on where you live. For reference, I live in zone 6B in the United States of America, and I've also cared, I'm sorry, it's actually 7A, but I used to live in 6B and they were doing just fine there. So back to this one. So I wanted to show you what I do. Generally, I water these when the soil is visibly dry. It's one of those that you can look at the dirt and you don't have to stick your finger in there to kind of figure out is it wet or not. So I water maybe every 2 to 3 days if it's really hot, like it was probably in the high 80s, low 90s, which is around 32 degrees Celsius. Here where I live, I did water them pretty much every night. Make sure that you water either early in the morning or at night, because you don't want any water to kind of splash and burn in the sun. One very important thing is to deadhead the geraniums. So what does that mean is I left here several spent flowers. Basically, deadheading is removing these spent flowers, and what I do is like I kind of pinch them like with my hands, with my nails. And why is that necessary? See, this one looks pretty spent. Because it will just give energy to the plant in order to give you more flowers. If you leave them on the stem, they will produce seed, which takes a lot of energy and it won't give you as many flowers. And if you see this one, I'm not sure, but I think this is a seed pod. So I'm going to take this one off as well. I left quite a bit just to show you guys how I do this. Like that, and apparently it's leaving a mark on my wall, which I have to clean, but that's another story. So here is my other one, and you guys can see that I kind of favor reddish, orangey, pinkish tones. So this one, I believe this one was called Midnight Fire. I got this one from Etsy. Everything that you see here, I've paid under $10 for the plant itself. On some of them I've paid shipping. And this one is the same situation. You can see here I can deadhead some of these. And that will just give these buds that you see right here just more energy to thrive. And I do not know the name of this one. It's just really pretty. But right here, I want to show you these. These are what's called balcony geraniums, and they have these vines, so they kind of spill over the basket that you plant them. And as they get fuller, they give like a really, really beautiful look. So I've recently gotten into those. And their care for the most part is the same as the other ones. And right here I want to show you my newest additions. I just got these from a place called lawnG.com. I believe that's how you pronounce it. They were $10 each, and they're called Swiss balcony geraniums, so similar to this. However, I believe the leaves are a little smaller and they should grow fairly quickly, so I will keep you updated on those. So what else do you need to do in order to have beautiful geraniums? I'll tell you about a couple mistakes I've done. Besides deadheading and watering it regularly, obviously you don't want to, make it sit in water, like, just like people. Not many plants like soggy bottoms, so one very important thing is around when the temperatures get maybe below 50 Fahrenheit, as it starts to get colder, usually in the places I've lived that's been around like October or November, it's time to bring them indoors. And when you do that, you need to cut them back. How you do that is, general rule is you cut down about 1/3 of the stems. And in the case of, like, you can see this one has like one really big stem. I will probably cut this down further than 1/3. And sometimes they're still blooming and it's really hard to cut, but I want to tell you guys, don't skip that step, because if you do, you're gonna get woody stems and it's not very pretty. Like this plant, one year, I've had it for like few years, I did not cut it, and I can't show you right now because it recovered pretty well, but I didn't cut it one year and it looked very leggy and really terrible. And the next year I cut it back pretty hard and it kind of revived itself, thank God. But definitely don't skip that step. So around November or October, depending on where you live, cut them down by 1/3, shape them really well, and then bring them indoors. That's when you're gonna have to start watering less, again, as needed. And the plant, it will give you green leaves still, but it will be slightly more dormant. And then come around April, when it gets warmer, you can take them outside, put them on a balcony, on a porch, whatever you are working with, or you can even still leave them indoors, and they will start producing flowers and they look so beautiful. One thing I wanted to mention to you, there are some called fancy leaf geraniums that the leaves of them are really gorgeous. They have reds and greens and purples sometimes. I used to have one of these, but I no longer have it because I didn't, care for it very well. But also, I was not too heartbroken because the fancy leaf geraniums put a lot of effort in producing those beautiful leaves, and they don't put out a lot of blooms. While with these and these, as you can see, you get a lot of blooms. So I would recommend that you guys, if fancy leaf is what you fancy, you can get some, but just don't expect like lots and lots of blooms coming out from that flower. I would love to know if you guys have geraniums, what colors do you prefer? And if you would like to share any tips that I might have forgotten, or that I, maybe don't know. So it will be great to kind of start the conversation. And in the following videos, I will be showing you some of my other plants. Here are a couple roses that I got. and I will insert some pictures of really beautiful buildings that are completely just decorated and beautified with geraniums, which was part of my inspiration to start my collection. One of them is this French hotel called Hotel Plaza Athénée, and I will try to find the photo for you guys and put it on here, which just looks incredible. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye.